Whoa.
Yeah, Turk.
What's
What's
up,
going on?
partner? What's up? Man,
Doing
you a busy man, man. I was like, man, I hope you don't leave me hanging like my last partner last night,
yeah.
man. I had to take over and fill in the gap. You heard me?
Oh yeah. No, I represent for you. When you came down to Katy, Texas, I was there. I saw you when you did the watch party.
Oh, okay, okay. You was in there?
Yeah, yeah, I was in the building, man. Yeah, good,
Okay.
bro. Support you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, it went down, man. My team checked on your story a little bit based off of what you said, man, and we kind of like stalk your page a little bit, man, and seen, what you was about, and cause I want to make sure that it wasn't nobody trolling the situation, cause I don't, condone no negativity, you know what I'm saying? But you have a story to tell. This
Yeah,
is a new platform that we starting, you know what I'm saying? And right now we on 7 different platforms. We on
yeah,
Instagram, we on TikTok, we on Bigo, we on YouTube, we on Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
people get to hear you on all 7 of these platforms, and they get to hear your story. And what I do, man, I take the interview and I put it on my YouTube so it could get more coverage. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So whatever you say is gonna be up there and stuck there, man. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah. I got you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So for the people that don't know who you is, man, won't you introduce yourself and we gonna get straight to it, man, and let the people know give them a little summary of what you will be discussing and talking about. Because I got a few questions for you, so we gonna answer the question, but you can introduce, a little summary of what you gonna be talking about and who you is.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. For all the people who don't know me, I'm Morris, Marvin Morris, and I'm a former Army officer. Grew up in the hood, just like the average one of us. But regardless of that, I'm for the community, for the people, and recently wrote a book, "Cry for Help," open letter to Jamie Foxx, and that's kind of what I'm gonna be talking about when he did his Netflix special, December 2024. What had happened was, I think there's some things about it that you know, got implications for us that I wanted to speak on.
Okay, and he did say he have a book called "The Letter to Jamie Foxx." Am I correct?
Yep, cry for help, an open letter to Jamie Foxx.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I heard it. This is my guy Morris. We gonna get straight into it. So, what made you feel compelled to write a book about Jamie Foxx specifically? And was it admiration, concern, curiosity, or something you saw that others ignored?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, Jamie Foxx, he's a big name and he's a celebrity. And when he did that, what had happened was, he was all in the news. People were trying to figure out who poisoned him. Was it Diddy that killed him? You know what I'm saying? What made him go off of, acting for a while and what made him get sick when he had that health scare in 2023. So that was part of the story. Like, okay, trying to find out what happened to him, how did he get sick, what really went on. But when I started to watch the show and he did the special, it wasn't really funny at all. But the real thing that got me was he was all of a sudden he was playing on the black community as if like he had this big epiphany about God, sisters, black women, all the things that make you a black person. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking on it, but then at the end of the show, he make a joke like, "No more white women, only in public." So I thought that he was speaking on real talk, but he wasn't really about that life for our people. So he was using our people to get back into the limelight. That's how I felt. That's how I saw it.
Okay, so when you say identity crisis, what does that really mean in your words? And are
Mm-hmm.
we talking personally, spiritually, industry driven, or something deeper?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like with his work in the industry, when he had that health scare, it really brought him back to thinking about everything that it meant for him to be an African American. And I feel like he realized when he started looking at how black people supported him in Atlanta, he looked at it was the black family, his sister that came through for him when he was in need. When he looked at how God was a theme that he learned from his mom and his parents, the black church. He thought about all these things that made him and made up his African American identity. And I feel like when he threw out that jab, "No more white woman," as a joke, it was really a real insight into how he was feeling like he had somehow went away from black culture. That's what I saw.
Okay. So do you believe fame can fracture a person's identity or just reveal what was already there? And how
Yeah.
did Jamie journey illustrate that to you?
Yeah, I feel like it could fracture it. I mean, it probably could reveal what's already there at the same time, but in Jamie Foxx's case, he know too much. Like if you look at all his roles, a lot of his acting roles, his comedy shows, he know about the black community. He know where he's from, and he know that the black community, the black church made him. But I feel like with his success, he married a white woman, which I didn't know. I learned that after I did my research on him.
Hmm.
And I think all his marriages was with white women, from my understanding. I mean, I might be wrong on that, but I feel like he realized that the industry for him was actually taking him away from his identity, and that's kind of what happened. That's what I saw.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what moment or pattern in Jamie Foxx' life made you say, this isn't just talent, this is a struggle,
Yeah,
something that shift how you viewed them?
yeah, definitely good question. I mean, one of the main things that he talked about was he talked about faith. I mean, like I say, for it to be a comedy special, it shouldn't have been called that because I didn't see hardly no jokes in it that was really that funny. You know what I'm saying? It was more him crying, being emotional, and he kept talking about things like God. He kept talking to things about his mom and the church experience. He kept alluding to that, and we know from those of us who are African Americans and been in the struggle, faith in God, that's all we had at one point in time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You got enemies, you got people against you. God was our only way through a lot of what we've been through. And that was like the major theme that he was talking about. So when I'm listening to him making jokes about, African American women, even though at the same time he's calling on African American women and thanking them for his support in Atlanta, I feel like this is really not about a joke. It's really more about how he's reflecting on what he owes the black community but hasn't really lived up to.
Okay, okay. So how much pressure do you think Hollywood put on artists to become a version of themselves that
Mhm.
sells but isn't real? And do you think Jamie got caught in the machine?
Yeah. I definitely think he got caught in the machine. I think Hollywood got to have a lot to do with it because it's money and fame. Everybody want to get the bag, everybody want to get paid, and I feel like Jamie's somebody who saw what I won't say selling out, but that's kind of the word I want to use. What kind of going away from his roots was giving him opportunity. And I feel like that pressure from Hollywood to be successful, to do whatever it takes to get the next role, to sell your identity, even if it means you got to marry a white person. I mean, come on, what logical person? I'm not saying we're against white people in no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not racist under no circumstance. But let's be honest, if you're an African American, whether you grew up in Memphis or over in Atlanta, how could you not want to get with the African American sister girl? I mean, they're the most beautiful women we got. And so
Yeah.
that to me is a sign that he kind of fell away and the machine got him.
Okay. So was this book more about Jamie Foxx or more about what happened to any person when identity and success collides? Meaning, is Jamie the example or the mirror?